And now we take a look back at the highlights of President Park Geun-hye's past first 10 months in office. Our presidential office correspondent Oh Jin-ji walks us through her accomplishments and the challenges that remain.
What does the public think about President Park's performance over the past 10 months? A Gallup Korea survey conducted last week shows that more than half of the people thought that President Park had done a good job, while 35% were less supportive. Many had high marks for President Park on her firm principle in dealing with North Korea. Experts say this is why South Korea wasn't swayed by Pyongyang's provocative acts and was successful in keeping tensions from escalating any further than they did. President Park was also very active on the diplomatic front. She's held a total of 30 bilateral summits and made 5 overseas trips, winning support for her North Korea policy and pushing ahead with what she calls sales diplomacy. But major tasks remain. Many analysts say although President Park was able to bolster bilateral relations with China, she has more work to do in strengthening the country's relationship with the U.S.
We have a lot of homework to do about our relationship with the United States. We have to develop our comprehensive strategic alliance. We have to think about what to do about that alliance. We announced that alliance in 2009, and after that, there has been nothing to undergird the alliance, to fill up the contents of the alliance.
Poor grades were given for her handling of domestic issues. In particular, pundits point out that she lacked the skills and effort to communicate with the public and the opposition party, especially with the ongoing political impasse at the National Assembly.
Her grade is disappointing, especially because she started out with very high hopes. We look around in labor stripes, and the politicians are bickering each other as hard as ever. So those kind of things, people point to the president who's in charge. So in that sense, I think the expectation management is one of the key issues. But then her communication style has not helped either.
There is also criticism that she has fallen short on her campaign pledge for welfare expansion. The biggest example is the government scaled-back basic pension program announced in September. However, the presidential office of Chung Hwa-tae says it is too early to say that she didn't keep her campaign promises, as the first 10 months have been a period to set up the basic structure and framework of the administration. Oh Jin-ji, Arirang News.